the 8-part series or something. They had a photograph on the front page, and when I saw the picture, that's the first thing that I thought was this person has been in here.
That statement from the manager of Chelsea Street Restaurant indicates that there is proof Mr. Koresh could have been arrested off the premises. What about the children? So well behaved, so well mannered. Are these the children of cultists? Why are they so well educated? They look so content. And why is it that Janet Reno says she felt like the Davidian children had been abused? It just doesn't jive with what the Child Protective Services had found out in 2 earlier investigations.
Appear to be smart, well-educated, very sharp children. They seem to have been very well cared for.
Child Protective Services officials say the freed children are being kept together in a family setting.
They seem very much like their brothers and sisters. They are interacting as you might see children of a family reacting.
An alcohol, tobacco, and firearms official in Washington claims the agency had heard before the raid that the cult was contemplating mass suicide.
We were making good progress, I believe, in getting the children out of the compound. It seems that we have hit somewhat of a stalemate. We have made repeated offers for compromise on various issues. Once we appear to be going forward in meeting what they are requesting, oftentimes they are rejecting even proposals that they have submitted. So we are going through a very frustrating and disappointing period in the negotiation process.
Maybe the FBI never did negotiate with Mr. Koresh in good faith. Maybe all along this was just a stall tactic by the federal government to figure a way to cover their atrocious acts the previous week.
Question is, he is waiting for a message. What is the message? He tells us that he has been told by God to wait until he should come out. So he is waiting for a message from his God that it is time, in fact, for him to come out. Yes.
And how does he expect to get this message from God? Is it going to come by?
I have no idea how he expects to get the message.
One of the precious rights that we have here in America is the right to religious freedom. Why is this officer of the government putting down the religion of this group of people?
Question is, will we ever give them a deadline? We have avoided deadlines unless we're willing to follow up on those deadlines. And with regard to whether we would ever go back in there or not, again, we're getting into a tactical area that I'm not going to discuss. But, as you said, our belief is that they are going to come out. They are going to answer for the crimes that they have committed.
Is it a crime in America to prejudge someone? Are they innocent until proven guilty? What crimes did they really commit? What crimes are they guilty of? And how should they be punished?
Is this a scene from Bosnia? No, it's Waco, Texas. Why are tanks running up and down our streets not being reported on the evening news? Bright lights and constant noise led to a continuous deterioration in the minds of the Davidians.
The FBI are trying a new tactic. A powerful arc light illuminates the compound, making sleep a little difficult.
News reports were that all was usually quiet at the Branch Davidian complex, but nothing could have been further from the truth. The FBI used the cover of darkness to pull most of their dastardly deeds.
Since when does police work justify using psychological warfare of this type? What is going on here? What must we do to stop it?
As the standoff entered its third week, it became increasingly clear that the Davidians were frustrated with the negotiations. They made attempts to contact outsiders with Morse code messages sent at night. The FBI responded with bright lights heretofore unseen in the siege, and a laser-equipped monochromatic light to try to mask the signals coming from Koresh's window. It was a desperate attempt to cry out for help. The FBI did everything in its power to see that it was ignored. What can we do to ask questions as to what the conditions must have been like to cause someone to resort to sending Morse code messages under these circumstances? Notice the Bradley that pulls in position in a threatening location under the window. In other words, you better turn those lights off, buddy, or we're going to fire at you.
These towers are reported to be low-frequency and high-frequency generators used in psychological warfare for military purposes. Are we at war with the Davidians? What shall we do about the violation of the Omnibus Crime Control Act of 1991? Is this a violation of the Policeman's Accountability Act? Is this the way we're going to serve warrants in the future? What is happening to our country?
We completely control the compound. We have the ability at any time to turn off the electricity or any access that they may have with the outside world.
Meanwhile, a group known as the CFA, or Constitutional Foundation, has charged agents with alcohol, tobacco, and firearms with accidentally shooting the first shot, triggering the gun battle.
The information about who fired the first shot came from the Texas Department of Public Safety. One of the things that must be brought to the attention of the viewers is this. Who is the Department of Treasury headed by former Senator Benson? Who pays their paycheck and who do they serve? Under the legal instruments that you will see later, you will find that the Treasury Department serves the United Nations, the IMF, and the World Bank. And Secretary Benson is not paid by the American people. We now have a foreign power who has put its people into the state of Texas and is therefore a foreign power alien to the state of Texas.
A new banner has been unfurled at the Branch Davidian camp, this time proclaiming "Send in CFA" and Don Stewart.
CFA was invited by the Davidians to come inside the compound to help make a peaceful settlement of this tragic affair. The ATF and the FBI refused to allow this. CFA was stopped at the barricade and only the press was allowed to go in. CFA believes that a peaceful solution could have been made at this time. Was it necessary that so many should die needlessly at the church complex at Mount Carmel? Why would this ever happen in America? What must we do to stop this so it will never happen again? Is this America, the land of the free, or is this a dictatorship by a foreign power? We must take back our country immediately. CFA brought in 2 fine physicians to help in this matter.
My interest is to see if we can help to diffuse the situation and to bring some people out. That's our goal.
Willing to risk your life to do it?
I'm willing to go in there, and if someone needs some care, I'll provide what little I can.
What mostly concerns me at this time is that I don't want to see a massacre.
Stewart appeared on this Dallas radio talk show host's recent program.
We want people to know that these people inside obviously need doctors, need medical care.
On Monday, April 19th, 5 a.m., I receive an anonymous call from Waco telling me to get my tape rolling because this is the beginning of the end. As you can see from our computer model, tanks began knocking down the walls.
inside the walls of the compound, and they would shoot in the CS gas, keeping inside there a non-lethal dosage of that gas, which is an irritant and can even cause, Agent Rick said, nausea. But the adults, they know, have gas masks, and perhaps the children too, but they want to keep a non-lethal level of that gas inside the compound and wear down the resistance. Each time that armored vehicle went up